Good evening, and it's a pleasure to be back with another episode of the Wright Experience. I'm Dr. William Wright Jr., the founder and host of this show. We've had a marked absence from producing content due to some setbacks in terms of illness for me, but I'm certainly glad to be back, and we're going to be producing amazing content for you to continue to enjoy. We're over 100 episodes strong now, and certainly glad about this assignment that we've been given. Tonight, I have a very, very special guest. He is a multifaceted person. He does a lot of things, and I might even talk about this Zumba stuff that I heard about a while back, but we'll get to that a little bit later on. But my guest tonight is Dr. Tevis Harris. Dr. Tevis Harris is an indie gospel music artist, educator, and author who's passionate about creativity, growth, and meaningful connections. With a multifaceted career spanning the arts, education, and literature, he's dedicated his life to inspiring others through music, words, and teaching. As a gospel music artist, Dr. Harris crafts soulful, authentic songs that resonate with diverse audiences. His unique sound and lyrical depth reflect a deep appreciation for storytelling and self-expression. In the field of education, Dr. Harris empowers learners of all ages to embrace their potential, fostering creativity and critical thinking in every lesson and classroom. He was an elementary school teacher for 6 years, an assistant principal on all levels for 5 years, and has been a principal now for 9 years. He currently serves as a 6 through 12th grade administrator in Wilson, North Carolina. His dedication to education stems from a belief that knowledge is a gateway to opportunity and transformation. As an author, Dr. Harris recently released his brand new children's book, When Things Pass Away, which is a thought-provoking book exploring resilience, healing, and growth. Through this work, he invites readers to reflect on life's challenges and uncover the strength within themselves to navigate change. Beyond his professional pursuits, Dr. Harris is deeply involved in his community, often hosting events that blend art, education, and dialogue to spark connection and understanding. With a heart for inspiring others, Dr. Harris continues to build a legacy rooted in creativity, education, and empowerment. Now, this time, I'd like to welcome to the Wright Experience, Dr. Tevis Harris. Welcome.
Thank you so much. The Wright Experience.
Yeah, man. There's a story about that, but anyway, I'm glad to have it. So you want to talk about Zumba now, or you want to wait until?
Well, I'll talk about it now to get it over with. I am a Zumba instructor. I've been an instructor of Zumba since 2017.
Okay.
And so, one of my things that I love to do is dance. So,
Okay.
I'm a creative all the way around. I'm just a creative all the way around.
Yes, you are. So let's talk a little bit about this book. I was actually kind of browsing some stuff one day, and I see this book, and the title, of course, caught me right away. When Things Pass Away, and I saw a child on the front cover, and so anyway, talk to us about the book.
Yeah. So again, thank you for having me on the show. And I'm super excited to be here with you and the audience that's joining us tonight. So When Things Pass Away is my brand new children's book. And it's a thought-provoking journey that just explores life. It explores loss and basically transformation in a way that will inspire and challenge you. So, I challenge everybody to don't miss your chance to be amongst the first to experience it. But in 2017, I was a school administrator, an elementary school administrator. I experienced one of the hardest, and when I tell you it was the hardest moment of my career, I experienced one of the hardest moments of my career as a school principal. I lost one of my beloved students. and I actually dedicate the book to him. His
Mhm.
name is Uriah. We lost him overnight to diabetes. So can
Oh
you imagine
wow.
having a kid at school one day and he's leaving a mark because he's one of those kids that you do not forget. He's one of, you know what I'm talking about, those kids who
Sure.
come to school and
Absolutely.
you say that kid's going to be somebody when he grows up. He's going to have a talk show. He's going to be somewhere on somebody's in somebody's movie or something like that. That was this student. But I experienced one of the hardest moments in my career as a principal when we lost my beloved student Uriah. And so navigating that grief, and I'm just thinking now, just navigating that grief alongside my students and my staff was most certainly, it was life changing. It was life changing. Um, and it was then that I realized we needed tools to help children and families process emotions like loss and grief. So when Uriah passed away, my wife came from East Carolina and she brought some counselors with her, and we kind of wrapped the community in those services. But as you can imagine, when those services left, we were still left with crying kids.
Yeah.
And so the kids came back the third week, and I just remember them crying, and we couldn't get them to stop crying. So I had to call parents and say, hey, this kid is not feeling up to it today. Can you come get him and let's try again tomorrow? Well, tomorrow came and they came back crying again. And so again, I called parents and I said, hey, we just can't get so and so and so to stop crying. Can you come pick them up and let's try again tomorrow? Well, the next day came, Wednesday came. And again, the kids came back crying. And it was then I realized, hey, I have to put on my administrative shoes, my administrative hat, and really do something about this. I can't keep sending these kids home. And so being the great teacher that I am, and doing what we do as teachers, we dig deep and we find something to help kids, because we are counselors too. We're mental health experts and specialists. We do all those kind of, we're the therapists. And so I went to the library looking for some resources and I couldn't find any.
Uh-huh.
And so I made up my mind, I'm going to go to the classroom and I'm going to sit these kids in front of me. And that's exactly what I did. I went to the classroom, I sat the kids in front of me, and I made up this story. I made up this story. And after the story was over, I asked questions. And it was about an hour and 15 minutes that I sat with the kids, and just answering their questions and talking to them about their fears and whatever questions that they had. And Dr. Wright, let me tell you, the crying stopped.
Yeah. Yeah.
The crying stopped. And so when I walked out of the door, I remember taking a deep breath and I said, wow, I've got to write this story down. But the unique thing about it is that I connected with the story.
Mm-hmm.
Once you read the story, I had an animal, a pet. My grandfather has passed, and so those are some of the things that are in the story, and audiences will read that or see that when they buy the book. But that's when things pass away was born. It was inspired by that experience, and it's a story that walks children through the realities of grief while reminding them that love and memories never fade. Um, and I pray that it will bring comfort to families, just as it has been healing for me to write it. And so, if anyone has experienced loss or want to prepare young hearts, young children for life's changes, I just really encourage them to get a copy of the book today.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And we'll talk about how we can do that shortly. But that's that. So it sounds like it was really birthed from within. It
Yeah,
wasn't a
absolutely.
some authors that I have up here say, I just came up with a good idea and expounded on it, but sounds like yours was an internal kind of thing. So that's
It,
awesome.
it
That's
really
awesome.
was, as a father and as an educator, I've seen how children struggle to make sense of loss. Especially during that time, I saw how they struggle to make sense of it all. And so when things pass away, it follows Theo, who's a curious child, just as he navigates big changes like losing a pet and his grandfather. And through a tender conversation and memories, Theo just learns that even when tough times, when things pass away, the love that they leave behind stays forever. And so it's just a great theme and a great conversation starter.
So how'd you come up with the character names? Just
Well, Theo, Tevis Harris. So
okay, gotcha. Okay, all right, okay,
Theo's
good
Tevis
stuff.
Harris.
Okay,
And I just put the EO on it. So,
okay, all right, okay.
so
I was thinking it was a line name or something. We won't go
uh,
there right now.
yeah, nah.
But anyway, so target audience. Obviously, you want as many people to read your book, but who does this really help the most, in your opinion?
I think it helps everybody. If
Okay,
you've ever
okay,
experienced loss,
yeah,
this book will be helpful to you.
okay,
It belongs in the hands of children and their parents or adults or guardians or whomever, because it's a great conversation. Because at the end of the book, I provide a discussion guide, and
okay,
here's the book right here. It's called "When Things Pass Away."
okay,
And but in the back of the book, I provide a discussion guide that leads parents into asking questions.
right,
And those questions just create a safe space for students to just show up and ask whatever questions they have and answer the questions that they want to.
okay,
And I think it's a really delicate balance to ensure that you leave space for kids
yeah,
to really think, to really process, to really say what they want to say, and to really unearth the emotions that they are experiencing in the moment or had experienced or think they will experience. And so those are just some of the tenets of the book that I think helps everybody, to get someone talking about what they're feeling and just being vulnerable in the moment, and just listening to that. I think it really helps everybody. So I would say it's not just for children, it's for families, it's for
okay,
anyone who's experienced loss in any way. As a matter of fact, I had someone to contact me about a week ago who told me she read the book, and she had lost her daughter. So this was a 50-something-year-old woman who read the book and who resonated with the book.
yeah,
And she called me and she said, Tevis, I'm going to hold on to the love. I'm going to hold on to the memories, and that's what's going to help heal, help navigate that space and that journey towards healing.
good, good. That's awesome. That's awesome. So that's everybody
Yeah,
is
yeah. I
okay.
mean, the
Very good.
Lexile, we want to be be educators right now. So the Lexile level is between, I think, about 375 to maybe 500, and so that's
Right.
pretty elementary. It's easy reading.
Yeah.
It's just a soft and safe place to land when talking
Absolutely.
about death, grief, and loss.
Absolutely. Wonderful. So you've written songs and now you've written book. Is that right? How many songs have you written, would you say?
Man, listen, I stopped counting. I've written a lot of
Okay.
songs, especially over the last couple of years. Since
Okay.
I started writing songs back in 2019, I've written so many songs since then. And
Yeah.
so writing songs and writing books, you're both telling a story.
Sure. Okay.
And just songs have a melody to it, an inspiring melody that makes it memorable. But songs, for me, songs come from situations that I've been through, things that I know.
Okay.
And of course, this book has definitely been birthed from things that I've been through, things that I know. So I think they come from the same vein. Just one has a melody to it, one has some rhythms, one may rhyme and one may not, but they
Right.
come from the same place, through situations, through circumstances, through life's changes, through a theme. And so they're basically the same. But I guess I would say that the book isn't just a story. I
Right.
think it's a tool, and it's designed to just spark meaningful conversations between families, helping children feel supported and understood as they face, what I really consider life's hardest moments.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. So if someone rolls up to you, and I'm sure they already have, and says, um, I'm thinking about writing a book, Dr. Harris, what advice would you give me? What would you say?
Start writing.
Okay.
Start writing, start letting things flow. One thing, sometimes we do is try to wait till we get inspired to write. But I think what needs to happen, and just start writing.
Okay.
Just start writing, start pinning things on paper, and then come back to it and make sense of it later. Some things may fit, some things may not fit, but save those things because they may fit somewhere else. So, but I would say start writing and start letting your writing speak to you.
Okay.
And that's what I think this was for me. After I made up the story, it really spoke to me as well. And so, as I was penning it, I wanted to make sure that it made sense and that it was that it was sensible and that it was friendly. And so, I would say if you want to start writing a book, just start writing, start putting things down on paper. And more so now, what I use are my notes on my phone. So I don't have to write it anymore. I can just speak it, and
Make it make it happen.
yeah, it just comes up. Um, because it goes beyond the story. When things pass away, it's just written with empathy and care to help children and families. Just talk about emotions we often avoid. We
Right.
often avoid it. We don't like talking about grief, change, loss, death, and healing. But it also, like I said, it includes a discussion guide to help parents, to help educators and caregivers. You just navigate the conversations with sensitivity. Again, the book was just inspired by real life experiences, by the children I've worked with and, my own journey through loss. So I would say that every single word after penning it was crafted to let young readers, from me, to let young readers and those who have experienced loss know that they're not alone, you know? And I
Right.
think that's important because, as we go through life as grown people, sometimes we think that we're fighting battles by ourselves and that we're the only ones going through something, right? And little do we know, two houses down or the next person over, they're going through some of the same struggles.
Right.
But we avoid conversations. We avoid being vulnerable enough to say, "Hey, I'm going through this, and I need support. I need to talk about it, or I need help." So every word in the book is just crafted, just to let young readers know that they are not alone, even in life's, just toughest moments.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now let's talk about this. This is your opportunity, if you will, to plug. That's an old radio term, but to
Yeah.
talk about how uh, my viewers can get access to your book and enjoy it and pass it around and um, you know and all of the above. So what is that process? Talk to
Yeah.
us.
So one of the things people can do is go to my website, and that's
Okay.
www.tevisharris.com. Again, it's just my name, tevisharris.com. And you can explore the resources there. I do have the book on my website where you can click on the
Okay.
link
So
and
is that
that
it right there?
that's it
Okay.
right
All
there.
right.
That's it
Very
right there.
good.
That's my website. You can go to my website and click on the link there to purchase the book.
Okay.
Or you can go, if you're a Kindle reader, the book is on Kindle on Amazon.
Okay.
On Amazon Kindle. So you can go to Amazon and purchase the book to read on your Kindle. The book is also available at BookBaby. So if you go to BookBaby and type in "When Things Pass Away," you'll be able to find my book, "When Things Pass Away." Here it is again. So you can see that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So you can see that. But here's the cool thing about it. I don't just leave it at a book. I also have a coloring book.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Because I love the arts so much. I wanted to make sure that artistic expression was a part of this entire package. So the coloring book is also available on Amazon. You can get this
Okay.
on Amazon. Just all you have to put is "Coloring with Theo." All right, and it's a kid's coloring book, and it goes along with the book "When Things Pass Away." So you can kind of see how the cover matches and things of the sort. So you have the
Okay.
book and you have the coloring book, but I don't leave it at that. I don't leave it at
Oh,
that
okay.
because I'm such an educator. I
Right.
also provide resources for teachers to teach lessons from the book. I provide K5 lesson plan, a K5 lesson plan. I provide a 6-8 lesson plan, and I also provide a 9 through 12 lesson plan. And it's not just any lesson plan. These are things that I've thought through, just being the energetic educator that I am. These are things that I thought through that would be important to teach themes and the elements of the book. But it's also cross-curricular. So I have art in there, I have ELA, science, social studies, and math. I don't stop there because I give you a lesson plan for those five cross-curricular areas, but I also give you a 3-week unit.
Okay.
So if you purchase the book, you get a 3-week unit, you get a lesson plan, but I don't even stop there.
Okay.
Because for the physical educators out there who feel like, well, it's always about, art, science, social studies, I have created physical education lesson plans for the physical education teachers who want to use this book in their classes or course. And so not only do you just get a book, you get the coloring book, but you also get lesson plans, a 3-week unit, and a cross-curricular lesson plan. So all you have to do is go to tevisharris.com, go to my website, www.tevisharris.com, and you will find the resources under the book section. So click on the book tab, and there's a drop down, and you can click on resources. But Dr. Wright, I don't stop there.
Okay. All right.
Listen, I am willing to do training for school districts, for counselors, for mental health agencies, for funeral directors. I am going all out with this because it's so near and dear to my heart. And I'm telling you, when that happened, man, I was traumatized. Right. And I was traumatized, but I didn't know what to do. But when I created the story, and not only that, but I'm using my educator, my education knowledge and educator background. I know what wins with kids. So the coloring book helps kids with the artistic expression. One of the things that's in one of the lesson plans is what's called a healing tree. And on this healing tree, you give kids leaves. And on this leaf, they can draw a picture, they can write a word that represents kindness, love, and healing. And then what they do is they place that leaf on the tree. So whenever they're feeling some kind of way, they can go to the tree and get healing. Okay. And teachers can place that up in their classroom for students who are struggling emotionally. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with loss or death. It's a healing tree in your classroom. Hey, go choose one of the words from the healing tree and tell me how it resonates with you in this moment. And so that's one of the art activities that I have, man. And so it's so cool to be able to offer like this entire package. And again, I'm willing to offer professional development for counselors, for school counselors, because this doesn't just belong in classrooms. It belongs in counseling offices. It belongs in school libraries. It belongs in the public library. It belongs in mental health agencies. It belongs with funeral directors and other supporting organizations who support children in their grieving moments. And so, that's my plug, man. Go to tevisharris.com and get a copy of the book. But don't just stop there. Go ahead and go to Amazon and get Coloring with Theo. And Dr. Wright, I don't stop there. I don't stop there. But what I am doing over the next 12 months, I'm going to be giving away money. So all you have to do is buy the coloring book. Okay. Color one of the pages, and I think they're about. We're going to go with the first 12 pages. And so for the next 12 months, I'm going to be giving away money to those who submit and win the coloring contest.
Okay. All right.
And so I have.
Now, is that grown folks and children too?
No, no, we're not going to do grown people. We're going to just do the children. So, and what you would need to do is.
I'm glad you specified.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is going to be specifically for children. What we will do is we'll put their name on it and let me see them coloring the book with a little video or movie or whatever, so we can justify that they are doing it. And every month we're going to choose a winner, and we're going to send that winner some money to say, hey, thank you. We value you. We see you. And we hope that this is also helping you towards or on your journey towards healing.
Right.
So that's
Wonderful.
all I have right there. That's all I have right there.
That's good stuff, though. That's great, and you certainly have put some amazing work into this, and we're looking forward to hearing about the fruits of your labor for sure.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're gonna hopefully change, not hopefully, you will change some lives and people and help them be healed and feel better about themselves moving forward. And in this world of all the stuff that we see and hear about, what an appropriate time to give us something that could motivate us to be better. So
Absolutely.
certainly happy to hear about it and see and read that. I have not read it yet, but I'm gonna do what you asked me to do and go to that site and see what we can do.
Well, I don't just want you to do that. I have something else for you to do. I need you to purchase a copy for all of your school counselors.
Okay.
All of your librarians.
I got a bunch of them, bro.
So I need you to purchase a copy.
That's what you're working on. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Yeah.
When I wrote When Things Pass Away, I wanted just to create a book that speaks to both children,
right,
and and the child in all of us. This story just reminds us of the seasons of life, how things come and how things go, yet love remains. And through Theo's eyes, we're reminded that it's okay to feel sadness, It's okay to feel frustrated. It's okay to feel mad when these things pass away.
right.
But also, we have to celebrate the joy and memories that are left behind. So, whether you're reading this with a child or reflecting on your own journey, this book is a reminder that resilience, and it's a reminder that healing, and it's a reminder that hope is still alive.
Good.
And so I just hope that it inspires you. I want people to share it with a child or a friend or someone who needs a little comfort today. So, but When Things Pass Away is available now. You can go and read it. All you have to do is go to my website, tevisharris.com. You'll see both When Things Pass Away and the coloring book there. And then I want you to go to my website also and use the lesson plans to the teachers out there, to the educators out there, to the counselors out there, to the PE teachers out there, to the art teachers out there. Go to my website and use those lesson plans, and let's just help kids on their journey towards healing, and just navigating grief with hope and love.
Wonderful. So this is the first book, is that right?
This is the first book.
So you got future plans to do more writing?
Yes, I do. I'm actually about to start publishing my second book. I don't want that to come out to next year, but I have already written it. I've already got the illustrations, and I think it's a sequel to what we see here When Things Pass Away. And so I plan to keep writing. I plan to keep keep publishing. I really like this space. And as an educator, I think this is one of those moments where you take it and you run with it. And so I'm going to take it and I'm going to run with it and just see what happens. But I hope that just my work just helps heal the world. And just one child at a time, one person at a time, one book at a time, And so I'm really excited about what the future holds. And I really can't wait to share this work and the next with everyone.
That's wonderful. A guest on the show in the past, and a friend of mine, Dr. Kimberly P. Johnson, has written, I think it's 24 books or some of that nature. So we're going to look forward to your books 2 through 24 as well. How about that? So.
I appreciate that. I'm super excited about it. And again, thank you for having me on the show. Thank you for getting the book for all of your counselors and all your teachers and all your librarians. I appreciate that too. And I look
when I show up in one of my school buildings, I'm going to hear that, don't you?
And listen, you guys, email me if he doesn't get it for you. Then I'm gonna have to make a trip there to actually do something with one of your schools to show you how important this work is.
Yeah, come on down. We'll make room for you for sure.
Nice.
Yeah. So, Dr. Harris, if you'll hold on with me for a minute, we'll come back and officially close the show.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. So, as you see, ladies and gentlemen, we've got another amazing guest on the Wright Experience. I'm excited to get this work back going. It's been a few months since we aired an episode, and certainly excited about the future of the show. And we heard some amazing comments from Dr. Harris tonight, and certainly we encourage you to go on his website, as he's told us, and purchase the book and be a part of this work that he's doing. We continue to try to provide the very best guests that we can find on the Wright Experience, and I just appreciate each of you for taking time out of the work and the busy schedules that all of you have to spend a little time with us to enjoy this content that we try to bring. And so now we're engaged in booking guests for our show. I certainly want to talk to authors, leaders, music professionals, athletes, business people, just about anyone that you can imagine. We'd like to have this format available for their consumption and use. And we love to talk to people and get their message out there. So we're certainly here for you. This platform is designed for you. And please reach out and tell us just who you would like to have on the show, and we'll make that happen. And then very shortly, I will also be revealing our first sponsor of the Wright Experience. I'm very, very excited about that. Not quite ready to roll that out yet, but certainly it is something that I am absolutely looking forward to. And please let us know. We also would like for you to engage in getting with our YouTube channel if you have not done so already. And you can access that channel by simply typing in my name, Dr. William Wright Jr. And then the page will come up. And we'd love for you to click that all-important subscribe button to make sure that people know that we are alive and well again, and looking forward to providing some amazing content. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for being a part of this work that we're doing. And let's see, Dr. Harris, did you slip out on me?
I'm still here.
There he is. Okay, very good, very good. Dr. Harris, I want to thank you so much for agreeing to be a part of the Wright Experience, and certainly we wish you the very best, continued best, because you're already on that path to doing this amazing work. And thank you for working to provide something that I believe fills a void. As you said earlier, there really isn't a lot of literature out there that speaks to what you're doing. So thank you for sharing that with us, and we wish you much success moving forward.
Thank you for having me on the show.
And to the Wright Experience audience, thank you and good evening.